world order.
This is fucking stupid!
Come on! Get your shirts off! Get your shirts off! Get your shirts off! Get your shirts off!
I just care about money. I just can't help it. I need money.
Wanna face the truth, Piggy? First the consequence!
Ah! And the reason that I read that to you guys is because I just want you guys to understand that means the world to me when I get a message like that. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has. And when I read a message like that, I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby. But when I read a message like that, it makes me feel like it was worth it. You know, like, all the shit that happened to me and all the stress and the mental shit that I go through on a daily basis sometimes, that it's worth it because there's people out there who got something out of all of this. You know, it wasn't just some dickhead in front of a camera, you know, doing stupid videos. That it actually meant something to people, and that means the world to me. That there's people out there that, you know, for a decade, that they've been watching me and they've been following me and they've been watching my life evolve and how I've become a better person. You know, admittedly, when I started, I did so many stupid things that, you know, I didn't realize were stupid. And now I've grown and matured, especially the last 3 to 4 years. I've changed as a person and a content creator. And I realize now, you know, we have things going on in the world right now with Black Lives Matter and stuff. And you look back at the stuff that I've done, I'm like, man, I was an idiot with the stuff that I said and did. Not caring about, you know, if anyone was offended or hurt by the stuff that I did. Because there was thousands of people watching me, you know. And I actually now, when I get an email like that, all right, it makes me feel like people grew with me. That this whole thing, I've told you guys that this whole thing was a crazy life experiment. That I felt I never knew that anything that I ever did would have that impact. When I started, it wasn't about that. It was just me having fun, dicking around. I saw Angry Video Game Nerd making videos. I was like, if this guy can do it with no budget but talent, then I can do it too. You know what I mean? And now I feel that over 10 years later, even if there's so many shitheads who hate me, there's at least a body of work on the internet that you guys can watch whenever you want, and you can see my evolution as a person over the last decade. And that means the world to me to get a message like that. And listen, I'm certainly not trying to downplay people who have been incredibly supportive to me on the streams and everything, but that kind of message right there, that makes it all worthwhile. It does. Like, that, it touches me, and it makes me know that, you know, there are people who get it. That there are people who get it. They understand who I am and what I'm about and why I've done this as long as I have, and why I'm still doing it, and I'm not going to give up doing it, you know? That's cool. That is so meaningful to me, to know that there's people out there that it resonates. They get it. They understand that I purposely cannot give up on this, that I want to do it as long as I can, that it means something to me, and the fact that it has meaning to you guys and you understand it, you know? Thank you for that. Thank you so much. That message, I saved that purposely for months until I felt it was the right time. And I hope that you guys, you know, I feel that there's people out there that are like that get it, but they don't want to say anything. Like I said earlier, there's people who are just so afraid of being trolled by the shitheads on the internet, but understand that none of this, what they say and does matters at all. None of it means a damn thing. None of it. Because it's all nonsense. It is. It's their own nonsense, their own negative spin to get attention, to create the drama, to do the stupid shit, for their own personal benefit, because they're selfish and they're weak. You know, not a single person of those people who constantly try to bring me down could have ever gone through what I've gone through in the last decade and kept doing it. They couldn't. They would have quit. They would have tapped out and ran away like the little sissies that they are, because they hide behind the anonymity of the internet. That's why they do it. 2021's been pretty rocky so far with the partnership issues and then finding new footing on YouTube. How do you deal with all these random things that have happened to you over your career? You just push forward positively, right? That's just what you do. You can't let a setback completely derail what you do. You can't let a setback stop you from enjoying your life and having fun with what you do. I am lucky enough to do something that I absolutely love for a living. This live streaming gig is the best job I've ever had, and I want to do it for as long as I possibly can because I absolutely love it. All right? I have a passion for it. Not only gaming in general, but being able to have these interactive experiences with you on the internet. That's a core of who I've become as a person at this point. All right? And to let a setback stop me would basically be the antithesis of who I am at this point. How many times have things happened to me over the years? A change to YouTube, the way something monetized, getting something negatively happen with copyright bullshit or this or that, trolling nonsense, and so many things over the years have hit me in a negative way. And if I had let any of those hold me back from trying to persevere, you know what I mean? There are so many times where I could have just said, forget it, I've had enough. It's too stressful, it's too much, but I push forward. As I've told you guys many times over the years, the reason that I was known as the King of Hate was not because I was a hateful person. It was because so many people told me in a hateful manner, you can't succeed, you're not good enough, you'll never do this, you'll never do that, you'll never do that. And I use that as a motivating factor to keep going. Every day that I am here on this stream and I'm entertaining an audience, and I am able to maintain a business presence that works because what I do has value to you, is a day that I lift my middle finger to all the motherfuckers who are trying to bring me down and say, haha, another day that I'm still here and you just didn't do anything with your life. And that's the mentality that I have, is that I use that to motivate me to keep going. Yes, it sucks that the partnership's gone on Twitch. Yes, it sucks that I had to move from Twitch to YouTube, but we push on, man. We don't let that shit bother us. We just keep going, all right? And that's the attitude I gotta have. It's the only way to live my life at this point. Technical 2070 asks, where do you see yourself in 2050? Do you think that you'll still be streaming? Well, it's 2021 now, so you're saying in 29 more years, I will be 97 years old. Will I still be streaming? Okay, I won't be 97. How old would I be? In 29, so I would be 68 years old. Oh my God. First of all, I'd be shocked if I'm alive at 68. I'm serious about that too. Like, I don't know. Like, not to say that I live a horrible lifestyle of like wolfing giant fried fatty foods down my throat, because I don't do that anymore. But you know, the job I have, and the fact that it's sedentary, and the fact that there is many different diseases that sadly are hereditary to my family. Multiple ones of my family members have died of cancer, which sucks, but they did. And I already have some issues, like you know, the whole gout issue that I have is something that was hereditary and passed on to me, and makes me feel like some other things will actually be issues for me. You know, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, being honest, will I live that long? I don't know. Plus, let's take a look at the amount of stress in my life and everything. You know, you're talking potential for heart disease, heart attacks and stuff. You know, stress is a big thing. People don't realize it. But stress can actually be one of the biggest debilitating things to a human's health. Amount of stress in someone's life. And the fact that every time that I seem to be getting ahead, something happens that completely fucks me over and stresses me out. Again, it happened, right? I told you guys literally a month ago. I said, guess what, everyone? Actually, it was a little more than a month ago now. I said, guess what, everyone? If things keep going the way they're going, this is going to be one of the best years ever for me, because I'll actually be able to pay all of my monthly federal tax payments on time. I'll be making enough money to pay all of my other bills. Everything is going swimmingly as long as things don't go poorly with my streaming it or whatever. And I will actually be finally on the road to financial recovery. And then within days of saying that, Twitch kicks me out of their partnership program. Right? It's like, again. So, of course, this last month has been incredibly stressful for myself and my family. My wife in particular as well, wondering what's going to happen. Every day she's like, how are things going? Are they going good? I'm like, yeah, things actually have been really good. My fans are so supportive that I'm making it through this tough time. And now I'm on YouTube. It's a transition, but people are starting to support me on YouTube. And things are starting to pan out in a way that normally looked like, didn't know if it would. It was uncertain, but it's looking positive, okay? So, all that being said, in 2050, who knows if I'll be alive? What I will say is this. Is it probable that I will be able to stream as a job for the rest of my life? Probably not. I'm not stupid. I would argue at some point in my life, it's going to come to the point where I won't be able to be a full-time live streamer anymore. It's just not going to be viable for whatever reason. All right, I don't know. It could be tomorrow. It could be 10 years from now. It could be in 2050. All right, I don't know when it's going to be. We don't know. This is such a volatile market that I'm doing stuff in that there's no way to tell any of that stuff, right? So, that being said, I don't know. All right, I would, at the very least, I would, as long as there are still people out there in this world who value my streams, who feel that there is purpose behind it, they get something positive out of it, I wouldn't want to stop live streaming. So even if in the future I only play a tenth as much of games as I play right now, if in the future I don't even game anymore because I'm getting too old to game, and instead I'm sitting here and I'm talking with you guys and having fun social streams and stuff like that, I would still like to do that. You know, my content very well over time may change, but I would still like to do that and have that interaction and have that with you guys for as long as I possibly can, because I love it. I love this job. I love the relationship that we have here on the streams. And again, so many people tell me that what I do has value to them personally, that they wouldn't want me to ever stop, then I don't want to, you see? Now, I'm not saying that it's viable. It may not be viable to do it for a long time, but I'm going to damn well try to do it as long as I can. All right? Fair enough. I might have to phase in other things. I may have to phase in, instead of just gaming all week, twice a week we do streams that aren't gaming. We just talk. We talk about other issues. We talk about world news. We talk about politics. We talk about different things. And those topics then get fleshed out in different ways, right? Ways that we don't usually do on my gameplay streams. Because there's certain things like religion and politics, I don't feel they have a place in my content right now. Maybe as I get older, maybe they will. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But for now, I really like doing what I'm doing, and I wouldn't want it to change. In 2050, who knows what will be viable or if I'll even still be here, right? You are my bitch. Thank you for the free money, dummy. You can suck my balls and lick my micro penis.
You don't deserve their support, and you probably never did. It is not your viewers' responsibility to pay your fucking bills. Turn this into a side gig and get a fucking job.
Why won't anybody ever?
Watch my Twitch stream.
Maybe it's because I'm a big, fat, ugly bastard with a microscopic penis.
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem? You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker. Listen, fuckhead. You have fucking crossed the line. Get that through your goddamn fucking head. Stop pushing your shit. You're the people that have fucking over and gang raped the shit out of them. So stop shooting your mouth off claiming I'm the enemy. You got that, you goddamn son of a bitch?